Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kindred StitchFolk. I am your host or your friend, Emily. I am coming to you from the frigid North Alaska, and it is very snowy. We just got 20 inches this last weekend where I live currently, and so it's a lot. It's been another, I don't know, maybe even a month since my last update here on YouTube. And as you might be able to tell, I don't know if you can, but it's been a hard month. I have lost about 20 pounds, not the healthy way. I have been very, very ill. And on top of that, I had another allergic reaction to a new medication that set me back. It's been February was very hard on me. And so that made it so that I got some stitching done, not as much as I wanted. I did look over my Whip Warrior journal, and it looks like I actually, hold on, let me get to the data. It looks like I pretty much stitched every day. Is this January? No, that's January. Okay, so where is February? There we go, February. It looks like I stitched every day in February, except for the last 4 days of February. So out of February, I missed 6 days stitching total. And so, yeah. And then now in March, it's actually been rather difficult. I have stitched some. There's been actually a lot of ripping out that I've had to do, some frogging, but I have stitched. It's just that what I have to show you for that is kind of disappointing for me anyway. But I did work on my Whipco board for February. I did work on Patriotic Small, and I did work on my, I call it either my Dino Jeep or Neon Dino. It just depends on the day, on what I'm feeling like. And so I'll show you those as we go along. But this month for March, the numbers called were number 3 and 4. And I am so excited because block number 3 is actually a project that I have been thinking about nonstop for like the week before I knew what my projects for March were going to be, and I just kept on thinking to myself, I should just pull that out. And it's my Inconceivable sampler, and I actually have restarted it, and that's what I'm going to show you because I'll just talk about it when I get to it. But the other thing that the other number pulled for Whipco was block number 4, and that's my Louisa May Alcott quote. So I'll show you really quick. I have my first Louisa May Alcott quote done, and I even have a frame for it. I just need to iron this again and then actually frame it up, but I decided not to frame it yet until both of them were done. So this one is absolutely lovely. And if you guys remember, I actually put the anchor in the wrong spot. It was actually supposed to go down here. And so I had this weird empty space there, so I just designed myself a little helm and put an anchor in the middle there and stitched that in that place and just kept this just as it was instead of ripping that out. And let me see here, the two colors, the two threads that I'm using on this are, let's see here. I'm using DMC 976 for the gold and DMC 3750 for the dark blue. I love this combination so much. This is one of my, brown and blue is one of my favorite combinations. Brown and pink and blue is like top tier. And so that I was able to use some of my hand dyed, and this is like a blush, no, not a blush pink. It's kind of, it's like a blush pink with a grungy gray overtone. I know that sounds gross, but it's actually really beautiful. It's almost leaning towards mauve. So I combined my 3 favorite colors into this one piece, my favorite combo. And I'm doing the same thing with the other Louisa May Alcott quote. What's going on here? Here it is. So here's my other piece of fabric that I pulled for it and I cut. So you can see the modeling that I did on it and everything really well there. And so what I'm gonna do for this one is I'm actually reversing it. So the main color that the words will be in will be, actually, should I do that? I was thinking I would have the words be in gold and then the accents in blue for this next one. Here, let me pull up really quick. I don't have my glasses with me. Let me pull up really quick my Louisa May Alcott quote. So search, that's on, let's look in, okay, let's look on Alcott. Caught. Huh, okay. Well, I know I have it in my, why don't I pause for a minute and I'll go get it in my, on my tablet. 1 second. Okay, so the quote is, "Nothing is impossible to a determined woman," Louisa May Alcott. So that's what that looks like. And these are all by Sobe Stitchery on Etsy. And I got both of these patterns. They were very reasonably priced and I absolutely love them. So my thought process on this one, but now I'm kind of rethinking it, is that the words would be in gold and the icons in blue. But now that I'm looking at it more, I really like the idea of the bird being gold, as well as these leaf icons, these thistles, or whatever you want to call it. So I might just go ahead and keep the theme running and have both of the pieces actually, everything be in, all the words be in blue. But this time round, I will have all of the motifs be in gold, not just a couple of them. So that's, I think that might be what I do. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but yeah, I'm really liking that idea now that I've got it in my head about that. So yes. Okay, so I'll put this back together really quick so I can, my son's being very cute over there. And actually I need to take out this fabric and put it back in my stash. That was the fabric I first tried to do it on and it didn't work very well. It was some Lugana, but it was very loosely woven and so my threads kept on slipping out of the areas. It was weird. So then my other one called for with Go this time round is my Inconceivable sampler. Now that one, I'm glad that I went and got my... Mommy. Yes, my darling. I want to help. You do? Yeah. You want to say hi to my friends?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to sit.
Okay, come here. Come sit on Mama's lap.
Okay.
Okay. Come sit on Mama's lap. Oh, there you go.
We need to change.
Oh,
yeah.
Do we need to change diaper?
Oh, Mommy, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So that looks like this.
Nice bird.
Whoops, you made it small. Here, let's make it big again. We'll just bring it in closer. So it looks like that.
Like that.
It's an amazing sampler. The lady who did this on Etsy, I don't think she's really a designer per se. She just really likes this because I think she's maybe got one other design out there, but this one is just freaking amazing. And everybody I show it to absolutely loves it. I mean, if you were a child of the 80s, Princess Bride was everybody's jam. So I started this last year on some Zweigart 18 count from the Crafty Grimalkin in the colorway Celadon. And then I did my colors in pink and kind of almost purple. But I was doing it one strand, and this is Ada, so I was doing one strand. And I wasn't A, liking the coverage, and B, even though I love the colors here, I didn't really like the colors with the green. So I started thinking a little bit more and looking at my stash to see what I had. And I came across this one fabric here that is quite, you know, poppy. It's got some really like just so many beautiful colors of pink. And I was thinking about, I had some sulky thread. I have some sulky 12 weight. And I saw that I had 2 spools of this blue. I don't know, okay. Color number 1197. And I thought to myself, hello, your favorite combo is pink and blue. So why don't we just switch things up completely? So this is a 16 count, which is gonna make my piece a lot bigger. And I thought to myself, I think I would really like to do the entire border outline first, and then on this piece, and then come back in, do all the borders, all the boxes and everything, and then come back in and start in on the icons and the words. So I think this is gonna show off really well once I really get going. But what I really like about the sulky is that because it's a 12 weight, technically it is 2 strands of DMC as one. Now, I say technically because in my opinion, it's a tiny bit thinner than 2 strands. And I'm using a 16 count here. And I'm noticing that I don't think that the sulky would look full or good on a 14 count. Like 12 weight on a 14 count Aida, I just don't think it would get good coverage. But I do think that it's just right on the 16 count. I think it would be absolutely perfect on an 18 count. But I don't have an 18 count in this. So I'm doing what I can. Now, my borders are questionable. I mean, on this side, that's all I have for a border, like 2 inches. And on this side, I've got about 2.5 inches, maybe 3. So this one's fine, but the other side is questionable. Now, I'm only doing half crosses. And then when I hit 10 stitches, I'm doing a full cross so that I can actually count up because it's huge. It's 260 across by 290 down. And on top of that, my boxes within the sampler are not like just straight across, you know, sectioned off into 3 equal parts. Nope, the what's it called? The boxes are all different sizes. So I'm actually marking as I go along where each box starts. And then I'm going to come back in, I'm going to fill in the borders for all of these boxes. And then I'll just be able to start on whichever one of these that I want. Like maybe if I want to do the Cliffs of Insanity first, I can do the Cliffs of Insanity. Or say I want to do Princess Buttercup and the Dread Pirate Roberts. You know, Farm Boy, I could do that. Or I could do the Bishop's Hat. I could just skip around to whatever I wanted. So that's my thought process. What happened is that I got all the way around I can see my mark right there. That's where I was. And then I realized that these 2 borders were not going to match up. I was off. This border was out further. So I went back and I counted. And I found 2 places, one here, around right here, and one down in here where I had miscounted and added extra stitches. And so I actually had to rip back about 600 stitches and start over again. So, you know, I've done a lot of stitching on this, but it looks like I've done nothing really. But I love this fabric. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I still love this. And I am going to use it for something else. I'm just not going to use it for this. I might complete this row here and make a little band sampler and like give it to one of my siblings or something. I don't know. I might, but I might not too. I'm okay if I don't. I'm not upset. This is very much a learning curve, right? You know, and things that we think might work out well in the end, once we get going on it, it doesn't sing to us as much. But the color combination is what I had been kind of like thinking and overthinking and agonizing over for the week before I learned that that was actually going to be my piece that I would work on for March. So I am so excited about that. I have no idea how far I will get on it, but still. Okay, then for March, I pulled out my next house. I haven't started it yet. I have got all the supplies in there. Everything's ready to go, but I haven't started stitching on it just yet, although I'm really excited about these greens. I will be changing the sheep. The sheep and the fence are not going to be white because, again, white on white, just no, I don't like that. So I'm thinking the sheep might be a gray. And then the fence post, I don't know what color I'll make it. Maybe I'll make it the same color as the shutters over here or something. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. And I'm excited about it. It is very much in keeping with St. Patty's Day. So I'll actually have a St. Patty's Day cast on, which, you know, would be great. So speaking of houses, here's my February house. So current whips now. Well, not current whips because I'm not working on this one right now. I didn't get too far on this in the month of February. Again, I was very, very ill. So this is all that I've gotten. I got all the brown down here done. I got this flower pot done, the flowers in here done. I got the pink over here done and these flowers and the grass down here. And that's it. That's all I got done in the entire month of February. And I love this house. Look how cute it is. Like, I'm excited to work on this, but I really struggled in February. I really struggled. So it was hard for me to actually get that done. Jimmy Bean, 5 minutes to bedtime, baby. Okay. Another thing, I know I'm skipping around a lot. We'll just deal with it, right? But another thing that I'm planning on casting on this month is one of my bows. I want to do this one. Again, because it has houses, but also I love this vintage feel. I love the schoolhouse. I just love everything about this one. So I'm going to be casting that on this month. I love that everything comes, oh, I can't get into it. Everything is just encased in this bow here. I got all the thread and everything. I might try to import, or if I can't import, I'll rechart the design so that I can have it on Markup XP, because I have been noticing the sicker I am, the harder it is for me to follow paper patterns. It's hard enough for me to follow digital patterns. Paper patterns are nigh on impossible for me. So I probably will rechart it. Yeah, so that's going to be cast on. Okay, so then my neon or Jeep dino for Jimmy, my stamped cross stitch. So this is what it will look like when it is all done. Isn't that crazy? I love it. Love it. And so what I focused on this month, I've got a lot of threads going on here because a lot of confetti stitching happening with this one. I did not realize just how much confetti stitching was involved in this dino. Now from this side, I'm not really sure if you can see how much stitching I got done, but it was a lot. Here, to give you an idea. So before this month, I had all of this blue done here, and I had this part done on the sun, and that was it. So everything else I have put in on this dinosaur, and it is confetti city, baby. I mean, it is crazy. And then I think I like to color complete, so I'm trying to color complete like say all of this blue, this electric blue here, and I think I will get it all, and then I'll start in on a different color, or maybe it'll be 2 colors later, and I'll find a square that I missed. So towards the end, I started thinking to myself, Emily, you just need to pick, like, start at his nose and just start working all of the confetti in that area, and just keep working down instead of trying to color complete and jumping all over the place, because it's just not working for me. I'm not actually finding all of the squares or the stitches that need to be done. Now this is worked on 11 count. So I have 3 strands. No, this is 14 count. Yeah, 14 count. So I've got 2 strands going. Is it? I thought it was, no, it is 11 count. Okay, so I've got 3 strands going. Something else I noticed. So you see this light blue here? That equates to this dark blue right here. And as I was working on the Jeep, I'm noticing that the light blue is going through the Jeep too, as the main body of the Jeep. But on this image, the Jeep is green. So what I've decided to also do is not do the main part of this Jeep for now, and instead just fill everything that else in. And if it's not the green that I want it to be, if it is in fact this blue, which I know it is that blue, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go off book and I'm gonna find a green from my stash and do the truck in that green, because otherwise it'll just blend in with the background. I don't want it to blend in with the background. So I don't know why they made that decision when they converted this image into a stamped kit. I don't know what happened there, but I am gonna fix it. Oh, that's so cool looking. Here, let me put this behind it so you can see it even better. There we go. But he's starting to show up. And the trees are starting to show up, and yeah, the Jeep and the wheels. Yeah, I had so much fun with this. There was a couple, like about 4 days where I was completely obsessed with it. All I wanted to do, I didn't want to do anything else. I just wanted to work on my dyno. And that's so weird to me, you know, but it was just so incredibly satisfying. It made me happy. And honestly, I still really want to work on it because like, I kind of want to get going on I know they call it different things like the typewriter method or something, like there's just all these different words for the working on just one area and then moving on. I don't know what this would be called, me doing this, but I really want to get going on doing that so that I don't lose my idea for that. So one of the things that I was noticing as I was stitching on this is that I had a lot of ends and I was actually making a huge mess in my house. So I just got some of my felt. I don't know why I did this. I took it over to the sewing machine and I stitched it in half like it was going to be a book. I don't know why I did that because I ended up just laying it flat like this, and this is like round 17 of floss things that I need to throw away from this, but it holds it perfectly. And I was thinking about learning how to make, I don't know, are they called floss? They're not called floss keeps. I don't know what these are called, but I want to learn how to make them some more. My problem here at this new house is that I don't have a space. So at my old house, I didn't have a space to use my sewing machine because we were too small, cramped of a space, and it just couldn't do it. But now at this new house, the table that I would use, or the only table really available to me to use for sewing, is the kitchen table, and it's bar height kitchen table. Jimmy loves it. He loves sitting up there on the stools and being all up high and everything like that. He absolutely loves it. But for sewing, where you have to push down on a pedal, just for doing the few things that I did work on, I worked on some other things the day I brought my sewing machine out, I had to be standing and stepping on my stool. On the pedal. And that didn't work very well because I would find that I would have weird pressure going on. So either I'd be going super fast or I couldn't even get the dang thing going because I would try to lighten how much pressure I was putting on my pedal. And then there would be no stitching happening at all. So, we're still, our condo is in contract with somebody. It is a complicated sale because of what they've asked of us. And so we suspect that we won't actually complete the sale of our condo until May. The house that we really, really wanted went into contract. It literally came out of contract yesterday. But we're planning on making another offer to them, but it still has to be contingent on us selling our condo, so we doubt that they'll accept it, but that's the one we really want. And I'm of two minds of the house. Like, I love having a view. And even in our tiny little condo, I could see at least the lake from our back windows and the mountains. But at this new house, there's not going to be a view at all. No. But the house itself works so well for our family that, you know, there's just got to be some compromise that goes on. And so we really, really want it. So we're hoping to put in another offer this weekend. But until that gets done, until we have a house of our own and we've moved in, I will remain in a state where sewing projects probably just won't happen. So while I would like to do a whole bunch of things, like I want to sew Jimmy's blanket that I've had the material for months. I want to sew these floss keeps. I want to learn how to make project bags for cross stitch. I want to learn how to make those portfolios. Oh my gosh, I want one of those portfolios so bad, and I can't afford it. You know, on Etsy, they go for like $90 and upwards, but I really want one of those. Like, dude, they are so freaking cool. So I want to learn to make one of those, but all of that means I need some dedicated sewing area and an actual place to sit down to do it. So that's just not happening right now. So being patient and making plans in my head, and I'm also just telling myself, it'll come. It will come. Yeah. Sorry, some of the problems I'm having getting over all of the sicknesses that I had is, and then the allergic reaction to the medication. I've got a lot of body aches. Like it brought on a fibromyalgia attack, and my entire body is on fire with pain, just on fire. I'm also super exhausted. It's hard for me to make it through a day right now. So I really just have been concentrated on putting my clients first. So making, if I don't get anything else done during the day, I see my clients and that's it. Speaking of which, what time is it? Because I have a client at 2:30. Okay, we're good. But anyway, that being said, me rubbing my shoulder is just one of the many aches that are going on. I need a drink, and it is oh no, I've got a drink right here. There we go. Yummy. Okay, so my next project, this is one of my new starts. One of the things that I wanted to do was a home blessing sampler or something like that. I'm not really sure what you call it. And so from Happy Mood Point, HMP on Etsy. I think most of us know who they are. Love them to bits. I have most of their patterns because they're always having sales. And so I always get their patterns when they're on sale. But, so this is what I started. Bless This Home. And I just, look at how beautiful that is, right? Just take that in for just a moment. Right? Oh, by the way, they're having a sale right now. If you're watching this, go over HMP on Etsy or Happy Mood Point. And they have lots of stuff. They have lots of stuff. Actually, I thought they had more things. I was recently looking at their Etsy shop, and it seems to me like their offerings have slimmed down. I don't know why, but I just love things like this filigree over here. I love the incorporation of the Quaker motifs, right? And everything like that. So I started this one, and I miscalculated again when I cut my fabric. So I didn't cut myself enough fabric, and then I started at the wrong spot. So actually, I'll just take this off really quick. Hold on. Let me secure my needle. One of the things that I have been doing is I've actually been making some needle minders, and this is one of them. These I forgot the name of the rock, but it's magnetic, And so I've just been I've been using some craft magnets on the back, and they're nice and lightweight. They don't, like, this is super lightweight, and it doesn't warp my fabric at all. It doesn't weigh my fabric down at all, and I just love it. I think it's very unique. So let me take this out so you can actually see it. But that's one of the reasons I brought out my sewing machine. Actually, this is the main reason I brought out my sewing machine, because I was worried I didn't have enough space on this, so I wanted to give myself some. So I ripped apart an old sheet, and I sewed it onto the edges of all of this. But so this is the two edges that I have. So I would have been fine not putting on the extra fabric, but I was super nervous when I got done with the bird, the crow, that I wasn't gonna have enough. But this, oh wait, this is not the I showed you the wrong pattern. I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Been showing you the wrong pattern. I started 2 projects this month, that's why. Ah, there it is. There's the one I wanted to show you. It's loading, sorry. So I also started this one. Home is Where Love Resides. And this is by Lisa. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten info. Picture. Okay, maybe I should edit. Lila Studio, Lila''S. Okay, so on Etsy again, and she's got a lot of really beautiful things, and this is one of them. So I have stitched the entire top half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and stitch the entire border around, because I am super nervous that I have royally messed myself up so that I started too far down here, and I'm not going to have enough space at the bottom of this piece to actually fit the entire piece on here. I don't know what I was thinking. It was one of those days where I was super sick and I was cutting out my fabric, and I think I left myself less than 2 inches on either side of everything. And this is much more than 2 inches up here. So I suspect it is supposed to be a square, but I suspect that I'm gonna have very little edging down here. But this is what I've gotten done so far on it. And I have switched up 90% of the threads to be colors that I prefer. So if you want the color conversion when I'm all done, I mean, I wouldn't say give it to you now, because I might change my mind again, but in Markup XP, I did go ahead and on my key, I've edited all of my colors to be instead of the colors that are on here, these ones are the actual numbers that I'm going to be using instead. So I can, so I have all of the numbers figured out and everything. And I really like the colors that I chose. I really like them. My question is going to be, is it going to look great when it's all said and done? I can't wait to get over to this flower. I can't wait to get to in the middle here, all of this. This is a surprisingly small stitch piece. It's only 7 inches by 7 inches. And then, let's see, key. I think the key tells me the dimensions. Okay, so it is, on 20 count, it's 7 inches wide by 7 inches. Okay, there we go. So it's 140 140 by 141 stitches. And they use 20 count. I believe I am also using 20 count. I believe. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm using 22 count. That's right. I think that's what messed me up. I think I thought with 22 count, I could save some fabric. So I think I cut it with the assumption that I needed less. I should have left it at the 7 inches by 7 inches for the 20 count. But hopefully this will all work out. So I'm going to start working down here, going down here. Oh man, now I want to get to that. Oh my gosh, though, this is the first time I've actually stitched the Quaker motifs. Holy cow, does that take a long time. I mean, they don't look dense. They don't look dense, but oh my gosh, are they dense. They take up so much time. The crow took practically no time at all. Oh well. Anyway, so here's my color palette, if you'd like to see it. So I'll switch it around some. So we got some beautiful colors going on in here. Look at that teal. Oh, isn't that fun? Yeah, all my favorite colors. The only one of the few colors that I'm worried about is this super light icy blue. Just don't know how well it's going to show up on here. I might have to switch that out. Or did I already figure that out? Is that the one I switched out? Let me see here. Yeah, that's the one I already switched out. So I've actually already stitched some of it right there. So it actually showed up just fine. So, okay. I remember now. I'm picking up what I'm putting down. One of the things that I really want to do is design myself and you guys some project cards. I keep thinking about it. I have yet to pull the trigger, but I would really like to be one of those people, like I see so many on here on YouTube, who just have a card or an index card that they just pull out and say, this is what I'm stitching on it. This is when I started it. This is all this kind of stuff. I don't have that at the moment. So, you know, yeah, see, I started it on 22 count, and then I started it on the 14th on Valentine's Day. That's my little card. Oh my goodness. Okay, so where is the one I was just talking about? At Bless This Home. Here we go. I started this one on the 5th of January. Let's see. I don't have to take this one out of the hoop because it's all contained within. I think I changed up a few of the colors. I know I changed up the color of the house. This is where I'm at on this one. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm currently working on the outline of the house. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty! This is so much fun. I'm stitching this on 16 count What the Hey by Bee Stitch Me. And I changed up the house for a different color. Let me go back to it so I can show you. There it is. I have so many projects in my Markup XP. So many. Some I really need, I have them mostly listed under the doing column. I probably should change that. Okay, so yes, I switched up the house color to color 179. Oh, no, sorry, DMC 169. So I switched up the outline of the house to that one. I haven't switched up the actual inside of the house yet. I don't know that I will. So again, this is what it looks like. And why I changed the outline of the house is that it was the exact color of What the Hey, of the fabric that I'm stitching it on. It was the exact same color. So I had to switch it up because it would look like there was nothing there. So it probably means that I will change up the house color. I might change it up to a blue because I just don't think gray and gold will look that great. I don't know though. I might give it a shot and see what happens. I might. But also, no, I won't do that because that's the same. I like that color. I don't know, maybe I'll even do a teal house. I don't know, that would be too crazy on this. That would be too outlandish. Yeah, but we'll just see. We'll see what I come up with. So far, here's my color palette on this piece. Very muted colors, quite muted. But it's so pretty. Of course, on my handmade floss drops that I absolutely love. Yep. Love, love, love. Okay, what's happening? There we go. All right, then, oh, my patriotic cast on that I did for Whip Go and the month of February is I started the semi-bicentennial or something like that. Hold on, let me pull it up. semi-quincentennial flag, and it's just so cute. I think I really like that it has the entire word on there, and so that was the main reason I liked it. And I just thought that the flag going all the way across was ridiculously cool, and then I liked the date. So I have this. I haven't changed any of the colors on this one, but I have this on my standard that I've used for so many projects. All of a sudden I've lost it, but it's Lugana. I think it's 22 count Lugana. And I'm stitching this 2 over 2, and I'm absolutely loving it. I actually thought I would actually finish this one during the month of February. I'm not really sure why I didn't, because it's such an easy stitch. It is so easy. But I'm actually thinking I'm just going to go ahead and keep going on it right now. I'm sorry I'm saying us so much. I feel like I want to work on it, not because of the things that are going on necessarily in our country right now, but maybe in spite of. If you recall, the reason why I'm doing the 13 for this year, the semi-quincentennial, is I'm trying to reach into that heritage. My family came across on one of the flower ships, and was one of the first settlers. So I say my family, not the Mellamans, but like distant relatives way back on the family tree. But they came across with that, and I've been feeling the draw to be a little bit more connected to my ancestors. So it's more about connecting with them, that pioneer spirit, that not being afraid, or being afraid and still pushing through to find that dream, that freedom, that ability to be fully and completely you. And that's what I feel the pioneers really represented. Like, despite their fear, despite their hardships, despite being, horribly poor, they pushed through and found a way to make it, and to find freedom, to find the space to be themselves, hopefully themselves. You know what I mean. So that's what I'm leaning into when I'm stitching my patriotic pieces. And so I'm really feeling the desire to continue to lean into that. I am going to stitch around some of my other patriotic pieces. I want to stitch more of the historical ones now rather than the kitschy ones. So I might be stitching some of the ones that have the old houses, or, like Williamsburg, or even Thomas Jefferson's house. Monticello. Or there's these really cute stand-ups or pillows that this one lady did of Martha, and so many. So I'm thinking about switching it up and moving to those. So, but this is along those veins. Like, it's going to have 1776 to now. And I was actually thinking that I cut the piece long enough that I could stitch 2 of these so I can make another one for my dad, because I think he would really like that. So my goal is to have one done for Father's Day, and the other one I can complete during my challenge of 45 for my 45th year. And then the last one I worked on only a tiny little bit is my mini castle, my full coverage Hade. Where's my mini castle? There it is. So my mini castle looks like this. Sorry, it takes up a lot of memory to open this file because it's so big. So let me pull back out. Yes, my darling.
A door is locked.
The door is locked? That's good though, right? We want it locked, right? So this is what my castle will look like when it's all done. It's so beautiful. I am still right up here. I will be there for a long while, my friends. This takes up so much thought process, and also requires such good lighting that I have felt really encumbered by that. And so I only stitched a little bit this last month. I think I only got about 400 stitches done. And most of them are down here. I started working down a little bit, but I did try to complete a lot of these areas up here. And I'm just working through, and I'm learning as I go. One of the things that I'm learning is that I think I prefer to work from the smallest count. Once I've got a foundation going or an outline going to work off of, I think I like to work from the smallest count stitches to the largest, because when you work on the largest areas, because this is a 25 count, so my squares end up being so small that it's sometimes hard for me to find the one stitch that I missed over in here once all the rest of it is stitched, right? So I've been concentrating on doing that. So now that I've got this foundation going here, I feel like I can more easily work off of that and expand. So these are all colors down here that have the least count. At least that's what I think. That's what I'm trying to strive for. Yeah, I'm using Markup XP for this as well. I currently have, let's see where I'm at. I think I'm still at 1% or something. Okay, so info. I am at 2.56% and I have finished 2,050 stitches. What is that 3? Oh, I have 3 part stitches. Still to do 77,950.
Mommy, I want to say hi, my friends.
Okay, let Mama put this away. You want to come here and say hi to my friends?
Hi, my friends. I walk it up with the daddy show. And when the daddy would order the car.
Yeah.
Mommy,
Yeah.
How would the daddy drive this car?
Yeah, Daddy drove his car into work this morning, didn't he?
I would do this. With the same. Oh, I showed it was showing.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, Bobby. Mommy. First, Bobby. We need this one.
Yeah? You want to show that one?
Okay.
Okay. Let me help you. It's pulling it up. It's thinking. And so now I want you to press pictures.
Pictures.
There we go. Okay, now show them that picture.
So that picture.
He wants to show off. So, oh, it's all over the place. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Okay, now you can show him that. There you go.
How would do it?
Good job, my darling.
Mommy, you're doing it.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 more things to show them, and then I can concentrate on you, okay, my love? It can be just Jimmy and Mommy time. You got a big belly going on. You ate a big apple. All right, so it's been so long since I've seen you that I have not 1, but 2 cotton and twine kits. So I've got the month of January and the month of February, I believe. Hey, honey. No, please. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, and I have my subscription from Night Stalkers to show you. Honey, please stop that. Please stop. You're knocking my camera. So here's my monthly subscription from Night Stalkers, my Patreon subscription. I love these colors. Look at that. Now I can put them in. So the colors that I got in January, or maybe this is February, I'm not sure. I've gotten 3 months worth from them so far. I haven't stitched with any of them as yet, but they feel delightful. Okay, so we've got Salty and Sweet. Isn't that beautiful? Then we have Gossip. Look at that one. Oh my gosh. Look at that one. And then we have Chocolate Covered Strawberries. Look at that. Now this brown is coming out. It's looking green on the screen. It is not green in real life. That is a good chocolate brown. Oh wait, is there some green in there? Oh, there is a little green in there. Oh wow, this is really highly variegated, and I didn't even notice it until the sun was shining on it. There you go. You can see a little bit up there. Isn't that beautiful? I love these guys. They are amazing. Okay, so I'll put those back later. So then in January, the pattern for January was stitching till spring. I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch this or not. I haven't decided as yet. But it did come with, oh look, ooh, Royal Mint. I thought I ate the chocolate from that month. But it did come with the needle and all the thread. That looks very 70s to me right there, doesn't that? So I believe this looks like 16 or 18 count, Zweigart Ada. I wonder if it tells me somewhere which count I got. Then it also comes with, I love this. Look at that. This ornament. And tea, of course, and the backing fabric for the piece. So I've got all of that. I don't think it tells me what the fabric is that I got. "16 count white Ada." Okay. And the designer on this one is actually the Historical Sampler Society, I guess. Cotton and twine boxes. I thought sometimes they had some special people. Okay, go on down. And then this month that I just got yesterday in the mail, actually no, it was February's. This is February's. Is I got, now I love this one. I think I will be stitching this one. I'm not sure if I'll be stitching it this year, but I know I'll be stitching this. Then inside we have the 16 count. I'm assuming all of it's 16 count Zweigart. This one is probably in either taupe. I mean, like, everybody has 1,000 names for the same color, it seems like to me. 16 count. Hey. No. It just says 16 count Zweigart. It doesn't say what color it is. Then I've got the trim, which is the pom-pom trim. Then we've also got the threads, all pre-sorted, and a needle in there as well. So, and then the backing fabric for the pillow, which that was the back of, there you go. And then we've got this super cute, look at this bunny, pom-pom bunny ornament. Oh, love it. And then it came with tea and it came with vegan chocolate, which Jimmy and I scarfed down last night. It was so good. Like, we just loved it. Jeremy didn't Mr. Radio didn't like it as much, but Jimmy and I thought it tasted delicious. So we scarfed it down. Okay. So that's what's been happening for the last month, because I'm thinking it's been a month since I last talked to you. Jimmy's doing really well in school. I'm still working with my doctors around my health. My husband's doing really well at work. I had my first get out of the house gathering last night. We went, some of our very dear friends are moving to Australia, and so they had a goodbye party. And at the goodbye party, we put together care packages of food that each of us took home about 3 packages of, and we are just giving to random houseless individuals in our community when we run across them. So I already gave one out today because Jimmy and I went into the post office and we passed somebody holding up a sign for donations. So we rolled down our window and gave them one. And so that was amazing. But it fed my soul. I told my husband on the way home yesterday that while we couldn't stay very long because my health I just couldn't sustain it. And when we got home, I just crashed for the whole rest of the night. Like I couldn't move. I just, watched trashy YouTube videos and zoned out. I couldn't stitch, just couldn't do anything. And so it took all my energy to go to that event. and we weren't there very long. I think maybe an hour. And but it fed my soul because it was the first time since Christmas Eve that I have been out doing something that's not an errand, that's not a doctor's appointment, but is with friends and gathering with people that I enjoy. And it was really great because I ran into some old coworkers, and it was just, yeah, we had a great time. So that's what's been happening in our neck of the woods. I hope you guys are doing well. I do hope, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do hope this winter ends rather soon because I am so done with it. Like it's been so hard on my body, and my psyche. So, and remember, my friends, thank you for joining me today, but remember to stitch what you love and love what you stitch. Ta-ta for now.